Recording starting
Check.
now. Audio mixer. Turn off that one.
Oh, you remember, huh?
Uh-huh.
Because then we get an echo.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
We don't like the
I
echo.
don't like the echo.
All right. And we will start the podcast in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode of Business Bros.
We forgot to give them the heds up.
Yeah, you can
All
join
right.
on that, but that's cool.
All right.
You want to do it one more time? You gonna join us?
I want to be in it.
All
All
right.
right. Here we go.
Welcome to another episode of
Business Bros.
Boom. There we go.
Now
Energy
go for it.
pumping.
I love it.
Now I
love
need a
it.
shirt, guys.
Now you need a shirt.
Yeah, hell, I know.
Yeah, at least you toss him one over his shoulder.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
James is kind of a small dude, so I don't
Wear
think.
like
Ah,
a championship
well,
belt.
Yeah, like a championship belt.
We're like a championship.
You got the
belt.
championship shirt going, so.
He does. That is
Matter of fact,
that does look
let's
like
take
a-
little timeout real quick.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
A championship
There
belt.
it is.
There you go. Slap that over your shoulder too.
That's it.
All right.
Boom.
Now that he looks the part, let's give him the intro, James. Go ahead.
I mean, I am so excited to introduce to you the people's champion over here, Mr. Chris Deitz from KW, Keller Williams, Chula Vista. Hey, man, thanks for coming on the show. And thanks for being the people's champion, man. Look at you.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate that.
Oh,
This
dude. This is cool, man.
Yeah,
like,
this is all
I
fun.
never get to play with the props in the backgrounds.
That's pretty heavy duty too. That's a real deal.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
it is.
Oh, yeah, that happens to be my championship belt for the Kuzimania Fantasy Football Championship this year.
Strong. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
He won it from me from last year.
Yeah.
But this is his second year, so I'm a little jealous.
Oh man, back reigning champion. All right.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
So
Not-
real quick, I mean, outside of fantasy, what's the team now? San Diego Bounce. So what's everyone's?
I mean, I'm
We
still
still
a
rock the
Charger
Bolt.
fan.
okay,
Yeah,
still
yeah.
rock the ball. Okay, fair
It
enough.
just
That's
doesn't hurt as much when they lose, but it still hurts that they left.
good. Yeah.
Exactly.
So-
Exactly.
But you've been cheering for them for so long. It's like anything else, right?
How do you not?
How do you not?
Right.
Like you've already repped those colors for so long,
Yeah,
and
look what happened to the Rams. I mean, they bounced to St. Louis and they came back and with the strong as ever.
oh yeah,
So
oh dude, these guys.
yeah.
The fight for LA was
No, I'm sure.
definitively won by the Rams.
Oh, no doubt.
It's okay.
No.
We don't want the Chargers to win the fight for LA.
That's
we,
right.
We want them to actually be as broke as possible so that an
Terrible.
owner
Come on
can come in
back.
and buy them cheaper than what they were valued at and bring them home.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right?
No
That's the
doubt.
goal.
No
That's the
doubt.
goal. All right. Let's hop into this one.
Let's do it.
So, Chris, let's start off like this. Tell everybody how we met.
Funny enough, we so Instagram account that was kind of desolate, to be quite honest with you. I walked into Keller Williams Chula Vista, gosh, about 3.5 weeks ago now, and I got a little bit different way of kind of doing my thing, and I took one look at that and said, no, that's just not how we're going to relate to the people. So I took it over, got all the password and stuff, started putting out some content, and we connected. What took it from a 55 viewership following to I think now we're at about 747 in 3 weeks. It's not bad.
Wait. Say that one more time. You went from 55 followers to 750 in 3
about
weeks.
750, yeah, 3 weeks.
That's pretty damn good, man.
It's not bad, and I got to tell you, like, everyone goes, "Oh, did you buy flowers? Did you buy followers? Did you do that?" I was like, "No, man, it's not that kind of game." You know what I mean? I'm teaching people how to do this shit for their own business.
For real.
This is no joke. If I can't do it for us, how the hell am I going to show you how to do it for you? I'm attracting top-notch people that are really truly, want to know about what's going on, not just in Keller Williams. If you look at some of the content, it's about shout out to the community. I'm repping wherever I go to lunch. I'm taking some pictures. I'm showing them what's up, giving them some love, drive some traffic to them, because at the end of the day, I'm in this community now. And it's not just about me. It's about people trying to kind of create that relationship within the community. So yeah, man, I'm doing everything a lot. It's harder. The organic reach is way more difficult, but man, the payoff is amazing.
So
that's what it's all about.
let me ask you, because there's a big stigma on using social media to build lead generation, to build a business, to do all those types of things, right?
Sad thing to say, but yeah, you're right.
But I think the reason for that is because you can do fake ass shit, dude. You can do things like buy followers.
Oh, yeah.
You can do.
And it's cheap.
You can stack your numbers real fast, make 10,000 followers, but it doesn't mean anything.
No, you're just talking to nobody.
You're talking to nobody,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like that's funny, dude. Because my son always has all these kinds of plush like dolls that he has, like little Groots or whatever.
Right.
And so he has fun with them. He talks to them, and that's what I thought of right now when you said 10,000 followers. You got a bunch of plush dolls.
Same thing, dude, bro. You can buy 50,000 followers for a couple $100, and then you put a post out. No one gives a shit because nobody there is real, And they say, "Oh, they're real." They're really from India that have no idea what you just said or what you're. I mean, and that's no bot. That's not trying to put anybody down, but at the same time, like, dude, what are you doing? You're building a business, or you're building your own fanfare,
right?
So you're doing this for your own ego, or are you doing this to actually create a business? I hear it all day long. People want to be influencers. Great, be one. Don't buy one, be one.
Right.
If you're not interesting, sorry, but you're just not interesting.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
And that's one of those things where you don't understand the work that goes into building something organically. No. It takes a lot of effort. Like, you're literally on there engaging with people. You're doing active prospecting. It's just a different way of actively prospecting.
This has been the biggest fight. We talked about this before we went live, but this is cold calling.
This is
2019. Welcome. The phone is dead. I'll say it. Chris Deitz said it right here. The phone is dead. It's like the taxi service. Okay, taxis still make money. Good for the taxis, but it's the Uber day now.
You know what?
It's time for Lyft. You know what I mean?
I can't say the phone is dead. There is something to be said about picking up the phone. We still have. I mean, if you're my age and older, the phone works pretty damn well.
Yeah.
Right. And so picking up the phone. However, that's not my initial point of contact anymore.
And that's why I made the thing to taxi to Uber, right? The taxi's still around, man. There's still going to be use for them. They're still going to be somewhat profitable. But that somewhat is not good enough to be a productive, scalable growth of an agent. It's not good enough anymore.
Right.
And if the phone works for you, my God, dude, do it. Do it, homie. Like, take it and run with it. But you and I both know that your consumer space is somewhere else. Absolutely. And you're going to either go... You can either go X, or you can run 4 or 5X, or you can run 10X. It's your decision, but
it comes down to like almost like an open rate, right? If I have it's so regulated on the phone, I could get in trouble for calling a number I shouldn't be calling.
That's what I'm saying,
right? And that's a little weird. I can't do that when it comes to a DM, for example.
Right.
Like, one of my favorite things to do right now is video DM. It's like a phone call.
By the way, love that.
Right? It makes an impression. Yeah. You open it and you're like, oh snap! Now I gotta watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I have to watch.
And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, that's what's up.
That's
a strong ass intro right there. That's exactly what I'm trying to teach people. And I get pissed. You're talking about these no call lists, or don't call the do not calls. There's coaches out there right now on Facebook, on YouTube, with people asking that specific question. Hey, what about if it's a do not call? And they say, don't worry about it. Grow some balls. Just do it. That's a coach.
Yeah, but that could be a big fine.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a world-renowned coach telling you to do that. And you're like, oh, okay.
Well,
you know what I mean? And it's like, wow, that's the direction, huh?
I always say this, and I always premise it because I don't want to get accused of stealing people's stuff.
Right.
But I don't think I have a unique thought in my head. I'm like a product of what what I learned from other people, what I've read, what I've heard in audiobooks, YouTube, all that stuff.
Right.
Although this one, I do remember where it came from. So Kevin Feely was one of the guests that I've had on the show before, and he was saying that when he does an open house or when he talks to a new client or whatever, the first thing he says is, hey, what's your Facebook? Or let me add you on Facebook. Or let me add you on Instagram.
Right.
Because now I know I've made contact with you. Now I know we've made a connection. Absolutely. And I have the thing that you're going to look at every single day.
100%.
And I have your attention.
Yeah.
And that's huge. That's bigger than
massive.
Do you have a business card?
Massive. How do you want me to connect with you? You want me to call you, or would you rather me text you or DM you where you're going to be? And it's always, well, if you can, just hit me up on Facebook. Great. Or, follow me on Instagram. That's a big win for them.
Yeah.
That's a huge win.
Everybody has an ego. Everybody wants to be seen.
Right.
I want my product, my communications, my story to be seen.
Yeah.
And what better than to add you as a follower? I mean, it's cool.
That's it.
People are not going to say no.
Right.
And Snapchat made it super easy. They're like, here,
exactly.
QR code me. Boom. That's
Done.
it. We're connected.
Yeah.
Like that type. That's a new age technology. I call it a digital handshake because that's
Absolutely.
really what you're doing.
Right.
Every time you're sending a message out there, you're like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
And it's just that personal aspect of it. And you're making a real connection.
Right.
And I think that's the difference. I think that's the hard part that you get to some of these coaching organizations that they're saying you need to stick to door knocking, you need to stick to, picking up the phone. And it's not that those don't work. It's just that you can do it better.
Right. It's not that they don't work, and it's not that that's irrelevant. I'm not trying to say that. I'm being exaggerated when I say things are dead. I'm being exaggerated for a purpose. But let me tell you something. If there's a coach out there, I hope they get promoted right now from what I'm about to say, but these mainline coaches, they don't know how to do what we need to do. Mm-hmm. And that's why you're not getting quality from the coaching that you're getting. The traditional stuff, yeah, man, it still works. It's good. But you're going to get X in return. I'm not looking for X anymore. No one should be deserving to look for X anymore. They need to look for 5X, 10X. That's what you need to be looking for. And when the coach is like, I don't want to name names, but when you have a coach that can address it and they say, hey, you need to start using some of these services, but that's the end of their coaching, use the service, because they don't really know how to really dive into that to say, hey, this is how you're going to run an SEO program. This is how you're going to run PPC. This is how you properly do a Facebook ad to actually generate what we're really doing. Because there's algorithms, dude. We gotta worry about all those things to actually make this purposeful. Otherwise, you're just scrolling Facebook for the hell of scrolling Facebook. You're just spending money for the ad of putting an ad out to people that may or may not give a crap.
Oh yeah, I mean, one of the things I talk about all the time with my kids, even on because my kids are consumers of content, right? I mean, they'll spend time watching YouTube, they'll spend time on their Facebook or Instagram, whatever. They're watching the whole time, and I tell them all the time: are you a consumer or are you a content creator? Right? If you're a content creator, you're gonna get better at that craft.
Heck yeah.
I tell people all the time: pick up the story and just talk to it. Even if you suck, who cares? It's gonna disappear in 24 hours.
Look,
but you're getting better.
It's gotta be raw.
It's got to be
raw, man. Because here's the bottom line. It's like I heard Gary Vee say one time, about billboards. Billboards. People look at them and they look away. Are they still effective? To a point, but they look at them, they look away because every doctor, lawyer, chiropractor, or insurance guy, or a realtor, all wearing a suit with their face, the best face they ever had in their life, that one time and when they were 22 years old. Mm-hmm. It all says, 1-800-CALL-ME. It's vanilla.
It is.
It's boring.
It is.
But if you put a sign up there that says, your realtor sucks, call me. What?
Yeah.
That's raw. You know what I'm saying? That's people are going to, and you might offend somebody. That's okay. You're going to do business with people who go, dude, what's this guy all about?
Isn't that the Trump effect?
Right.
I mean, dude, it honestly,
it is an effect, though.
Right?
It is an effect. You say some wild out shit and people go, what is he talking about?
And they're going to share it.
But they listen.
And they're going to share it.
But whether your opinion's poor or whether your opinion's the bottom line is you have an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like you got engaged with.
Right.
And that's what we're really looking for. We just want that engagement. We want you to know that we're real people, but we are also experts in their industry. And so that's what's really going to cut. Honestly, I love the fact that we got disrupted. I was the guy in the left field all by himself, just running like a cheerleader when I saw these tech companies, these iBuyer companies coming in and just shaking the whole thing up because it got rid of a lot of the shit. Mm-hmm. We honestly flushed a large portion of shit through the toilet in the real estate industry, and it just made me a huge fan again. Like, it got me almost re-energized to be a part of this industry because, man, for the longest time, and I mean, maybe I'm offending somebody, I don't care. There was so many times where I saw a shit agent ruin a real good relationship between a client, a great client who had a lot of trust in the system, in our profession, in our expertise, but because they were misrepresented or given misinformation because that agent didn't do enough in their training, didn't take it serious, looked for the low-hanging fruit, just got by on the skin of their teeth. That's not being a professional. Go be a doctor and do that. Can't.
No.
Go be a lawyer and can't. Won't happen. So I was a fan of all these tech companies disrupting and a lot of the people that were just hanging on because, and again, I don't mean to be offensive to a lot of agents because the training is there. And if your brokerage is junk, go to YouTube. You can learn a lot. There's plenty of good content. There's a lot of shit too, but there's a lot of good content out there, right? And there's just no excuse anymore, man. Either you're going to get on board or you're going to get out. That's the beautiful thing about it.
Dude, that's the truth. I mean, too much information. Like, I'll give you a story. Yeah. So I've been using my kids a lot today. I don't know why, but I'm going to go back to the kids.
Right.
You know, the wife and I always have conversations on things as they're getting older, things that they're exposed to, things that I wasn't exposed to at their age because the information wasn't there.
Exactly.
The only information I had was from a buddy of mine, maybe some magazine that I found somewhere, or a book, or maybe the encyclopedias. That's it. That was the extent of my knowledge or the capability of me to attain knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
But today, they have access to everything. So if you're walking around pretending that your kids don't know things, you're oblivious.
You're crazy.
You're not. We're beyond the point of keeping them sheltered, and we have to get to the point of, you know, assume they know and guide them to where they need to go, right? Yes, this exists, but this is what can happen if you make this choice. This is what can happen if you make this choice.
Exactly.
But don't assume they don't know anything. And that's kind of where we're at with a lot of agents. Don't assume that, you know, the information's not out there. You can get educated in any little piece of information and be laser focused on the business model that you want to create because the information's there.
Right. 100%.
But how do you take advantage of it? Right now we have this other problem. Now it's like a dam broke and we have a flood of information and we can't figure out which one's the right one, which one's the good one.
Yeah, man.
You know what? I know agents that are out there like, oh, boom, I'm gonna do short sales, I'm gonna do foreclosures, I'm gonna do, you know, for sale by owners, I'm gonna do, and then they can't do a single one because they're trying to do all of them.
Yeah, and you know what? I even preach that, man. Even just in my short time, find a niche, find your niche. And run with it, dude. Just absolutely run with it because it's all about content now. People are looking for everything. Be the expert in one or two things and run with it. Be good at all. Be an athlete. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Be an athlete. Be good at everything, but have that one sport.
But know your position.
Dude, that's it. And you're going to excel. You're going to crush it. But everyone tries to do everything, and then they get lost in the shuffle because they can't really focus or can't deliver the way they need to deliver in all those areas, right? Yeah. But if you're an athlete, you know, quote unquote, but you know your role, you know where you're good, you know where your strength is, and you got to run with that. But people just, it's fear right now.
It is.
There's a lot of fear.
It is fear because you know what it is. I think partially. I mean, it goes back to the ego. We fear that we're going to get called out.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like I know I'm not an expert at everything. I know like when it comes to, you know, I talk a lot about, you know, things I've experienced in my life, whether it was going broke or making a lot of money. I know, you know, the investments that I've personally made, the opportunities that I've taken advantage of, the path that I'm going on. Right. But it doesn't make me an expert.
Sure.
Right? And even when I post information, I have that fear of somebody's going to be like, bullshit. Right? You know what I mean?
I can tell you right now on Facebook, people are going, this guy's full of shit. He's like, oh, technology's not all that. But I hear it all the time. And that's the journey I've been on for the last 5.5 years. And all it took was one person to believe, and it just so happened to be at Keller Williams Chula Vista, and I'm turning shit upside down. You know, people were going to see the difference. Yeah. But it's just like you said. Along the way, everyone goes, nah, wrong.
Well, that's the issue that I have right now. When I talk to agents about EXP, for example, right? I talk to them all the time, and for me, it's pretty basic, dude. It's simple. Right. It's like, you know, we're going to work for one reason, right? We're going to work to make enough money so that we don't have to go to work anymore. Right. It's really that simple. I don't care what vehicle you take to get to that point.
Oh my God!
But here is a vehicle in an industry that you're in, and you're not even opening your eyes to the opportunity. Like I would be cool if you paid attention and you watched some stuff, you asked some questions, and then you made an educated choice whether or not you wanted to or not. But there's a lot of people who just put the blinders on. They're like, no, right, and those are the people who are going to look back and be like, damn it, I should have invested in Google. Right. Damn it, I should have done that.
Exactly. I'm not going to get caught like that. I'm watching too many other people get caught like that. I'm seeing people from different brokerages that just won't buy into the new space, right? This is not something I created. This is not something you created. Mm-mm. The consumer created the space. They used the tools and the resources that were given to them by technology, aka Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, LinkedIn, and the list goes on and on and on. And it became so comfortable. And what it really happened, if you want to really dig down deep, they just simplified a process. And when you simplify a process, guys, the consumers run to that. Thank you, Amazon. You mean I can get a 2-day shipping for free? and all I have to do is click a button. Yes, done. Absolutely done.
Do I need that product? Hell no.
Nope.
But I want it.
And
I can get it like that.
Just in 2 days, it's in my doorstep. In some cases, it's overnight. Thank you very much, right? And look at this. I cut out the middleman, and all of a sudden, all my prices are cheaper. Man, what a great process. And here comes Zillow. Crazy we funded them, but they simplified a process, didn't they? Absolutely. Didn't need an agent to tell me about the markets, the market trends. Didn't need an agent to tell me about what the houses look like because I got all the access to the MLS. The agent's leverage just went away, and what bums me out more than anything is agents funded it.
Yeah.
They just funded their own demise, right? But there's a way to cut that in, and that's using this thing called technology and leverage it against it and bring yourself back into this market and be the expert the community really needs. They need you to be.
Let's face it, man. Not everybody's analytical. Right?
No.
Not everybody's going to take up Zillow and look at all the stats and look at the 5-year
No,
trend.
right, yeah.
No, nobody's going to look at that.
You're 100% correct, but in their head, that's all they needed.
That's true.
Is that, I just scanned through this. I'm an expert.
Exactly.
I'm gonna come on with it, realtor. 'Cause
Bullshit.
I know more. Yeah, yeah. But you're right, 100%.
Right,
Yes.
and so that's where I think the agent can come back from that. It's that you got to understand that the consumer, they may look at Zillow,
Yeah.
but even the prices, they're like, I don't even know. Like,
Right.
well, what's going on in the market? So Zillow says that, but even Zillow has a stigma of that Zestimate is not right. Right?
They come out and tell you. I mean, it's
They tell you all
it's
the
on the
time.
website now.
So
We're wrong.
So agents, you got to understand, Zillow's already telling their consumer that they're not right, that they need help to seek a professional.
Yeah.
Step up.
For real.
Step up.
That's it.
Tell your story. Tell the story of how you're a professional.
Yeah. I 100% agree. Look, when it comes to brokers, we talk. I get hit up all the time. Oh, what do you think of Compass? Oh, what do you think of EXP? What do you think of what? They're real estate professionals. Get after it. I don't have an opinion. If they're doing what they need to be doing as a professional real estate agent, why do I need an opinion on that?
Well, that's the
step up and just be the pro.
That's really what it comes down to. When you actually do decide on a brokerage,
Right.
the brokerage isn't going to make you.
No.
You still have to do the work.
Right.
I don't care if you're with Keller. I don't care if you're Compass or EXP. You
Doesn't
still
matter,
have to
man.
sell
You
the
still
houses.
you still got to
be an agent.
The pro. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. The only beef I've ever had with the model was the opposite of that. They come in and they almost misrepresent your brokerage because all they're really interested about is just how much down am I going to get, how much down am I going to get, and it just really misrepresents the purpose of EXP.
Right.
You got to be a great agent. You still have to be a pro. You still have to go to training and invest in yourself. That model never changes. But then you get all the people that just get hung up on that one thing.
Right.
And it scares a lot of people away. And that sucks, man, because it's a good model. I don't have any beef with it. I'm telling you from Keller Williams, I don't have a beef with it. It's the misrepresentation. And people do that in every brokerage. So it is what it is.
It gets sold wrong, right?
Exactly.
Agents do the same thing all the time.
No
They're going to go to
where.
listing presentation and
There we
sell
go.
themselves away from the deal.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
That happens.
Yep.
It happens. And so you misrepresent what's there, or you don't present the value to the person, to the consumer. Because, dude, we're all about giving value to the consumer. If
Right.
you're not doing that,
Yeah.
you're not selling.
Yeah.
Right. And so, if you and that happens no matter where you go.
Absolutely.
It's like I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about this whole EXP model, and he's like, I don't know, agents aren't going to want to, change their signs and change their logo and all that stuff. I'm like, dude, they do it all the time.
All the time.
They do it all the time.
All the time.
They change and it's usually over little things like, well, I'm 80% here, I can be at 85 here. 5%, really?
Yeah.
Like,
That's all it took.
if you break down the numbers on what the signage costs, that little minute change is nothing. Or,
Right.
I'm going to get a different, they're going to provide free business cards for me. Okay.
Lights out.
Right.
Stop
yes.
traffic.
Hell of a deal.
I
But
got new
again,
printing. Yeah.
it was the value that the person who was talking to them
Right.
gave to them.
Yeah.
It was a need that they had, and they filled the need. That's all it's about.
That's all it is. Yeah.
It's always
I
been.
agree. I 100% agree. Yeah.
So, dude. All right, so tell me what your plans are for this social media thing over there at Keller.
Oh, dude, it's kicking right now. Just on the forefront, like on the surface, we're taking over the social media to make it more purposeful. No longer does the community want to hear about someone's achievement per se, right? That's really for our own like celebratory thing. We want to make ourselves feel good about that internally, and because that's a big win. But does it matter to the community that you might have got a sold sign or you got a paycheck? Not necessarily. They want to see what's happening. They want to see the real, like what's going on. We're knocking down walls. I walked in, I said, look, we got to make this thing fresh. So we're knocking down walls as we speak. I got full construction in there happening right now. We're building a studio in our training room. The studio is going to be fully enclosed, soundproof, much like what you guys have here. Professional equipment so agents can use YouTube, start a channel. They can use their podcast. They can do whatever they want to do. Cut videos, go to Facebook Live, do whatever they need to do to promote them being in that space. Meanwhile, parallel, we're going to have training on how to do that properly. So we're giving that so we can promote what's happening now. It's like back in the day, we said, okay, well, hey, we're going to provide you Mojo Dialer. Okay, cool.
Or we're going to print you flyers.
We'll print you flyers.
Or we're going to connect you with the people who have bench, bus benches.
But dude, that was super helpful back in the 80s. You know, like, I'm not bashing. That was super helpful. That was like, man, that's a great value proposition. Great, I'm in, right? Well, it's 2019. That shit doesn't work anymore. So we have to stop focusing on what we want. We have to start focusing on what customers want. We can't focus on where we want to live. We have to focus on where the customers are living. And where they're living right now is through text message, somewhat email, and every social media platform imaginable. So if you can't figure that part out, you're in trouble. Yeah, hey, use your phone. Do it. But at some point, you're gonna be forced to be into this space. And if you're not gonna take advantage of it now while it's cheap, right, and it's purposeful, you can use it, then man, you're missing out on a really big opportunity to scale your business. So yeah, I mean, as far as I'm doing this for the as far as Instagram and Facebook and the LinkedIn, I'm doing this for the purpose to grow the market center's vision, but essentially I'm doing it to help promote our agents to the community. If we can build a trust through content and have a relationship with the community as a Keller Williams brand, then that will just help our agents do and be a part of that community at a bigger level. I want to promote their brand. Right?
So we talked a little bit about, the bigger conglomerates, our boards or other people who've been in the industry for a while pushing back. Right. How much are you seeing pushback from agents themselves? Like, not so much
oh my God.
Like,
dude.
Because that's a whole different ballgame, right?
Yeah.
Now it's time for excuses. Right?
Well,
I'm not dressed right. I didn't get a haircut. I don't know what to say.
Yep.
I'll schedule it later. I don't really go on Snapchat or Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I don't use that.
But at the same time, that's the same excuses I heard everywhere else. Well, I didn't have the right script. Well, how many phone calls you made? Well, I made 10, but I got said no a lot. I just think I need to go to another training. The minute you just pick up the phone and just start doing it, and you learn by failing, right?
You got to have at bats.
Can we? Yeah, you got to have at bats. Can we agree that you have to fail to succeed?
Yeah. If you don't swing, you're not gonna hit anything.
That's all it is, right? The guy who had the most home runs in the history, Babe Ruth. He also had the most strikeouts in history, Babe Ruth. You know what I mean? So you have to swing the bat. So it's the same excuses, just a different model. It's the same stuff, but is it more of a battle? Abso-freaking-lutely, dude. 100%. The amount of pushback that I get, not just from agents, but from management, from the corporate side of things, it's even worse. It's even worse at that point to get them to buy in. But once they buy in, stand by. Stand by. And that's what I told. That's what the vision is over there. It's just they let me loose, and it's gonna fly.
So I just want to make sure that we're absolutely clear on this. Yeah. We're not saying hit the easy button here.
There's no fucking easy
There
button.
is no easy button. There's
no easy button.
This social media thing is an active prospecting, lead generation.
I wish. Yeah.
Actively going out and engaging with people. It's a different way of doing it, but it's just as time consuming as picking up the phone and knocking on doors.
Here's the bummer about digital prospecting is what I call it, right? Here's the bummer about it. It takes longer. But that's just the natural anatomy of digital, right?
Well, but think about it though. If I met somebody at Starbucks and I shook their hand and I got their phone number back in the day, they didn't trust me.
No,
they barely met me. I still need to meet with them, get to know them, follow up with them. So it's still a time crunch, right? We're
Yeah.
still looking. We're still doing the same things. We're still
Right.
doing a needs analysis. We're still getting
Yeah.
to know the client. We're still building, providing value so that we generate trust, and then we can move on to
Right.
different types of things. Setting the appointment. The process is the same.
Yeah.
It's just a different vehicle to get there.
Dude, we're all, the consumer's all about vetting. They vet. They go through Amazon and they'll go and find a bunch of things, but then they got to just do a little bit more research and then they'll forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the one thing that pops up in their feed every damn time? The same thing they just left.
Got
It's the
pixelated.
same thing when they go into real estate. Where they already know who you are. They're looking at your content. They're building a trust with you. Can I relate to you? Do you talk the same language as me? Are you in the same areas I want to be in? That's the kind of stuff they're already going through their head when they're putting out content. And here's the bottom line: if you don't have any content, you don't have any customers. If you don't have any content, you don't have any trust.
Mm-hmm.
You need to you need to be real. You need to be you. Don't be this fake dude. Because when you come up there, and then they see, because this is why I totally respect the traditional side of real estate. If you don't know what to say and how to say it and communicate effectively, then you can't provide a service at a high level, and you're just there. You're just a body. So you still need the traditional side of real estate. But in order to utilize that at a high level, you still got to find ways to get in front of that customer. That customer is no longer wanting to pick up the phone. They just don't want to, because it's on their time, and it's like it's almost offensive now.
Mm-hmm.
But you send them a text, you shoot them a DM, you give them some kind of that kind of communication. They're all over it,
And they'll get back to you.
they'll get back to you. Yeah, and
Not
it's
just-
still a numbers game.
It's
But
still a numbers game.
Yeah.
Like I send out a lot of videos every single day, and
Yeah, that's cool.
not all of them come back, but I see that all of them have been seen.
Yep,
And some of them will give me a little bit of a like,
yeah,
but a lot of them will engage,
100%.
and that is
Yeah.
what it's about.
I've created so many relationships. I've been in Chula Vista for 3 weeks. That's it, 3 weeks. And me personally, I've made so many connections just through my personal Instagram page, my connections with the Keller Williams Chula Vista Instagram page, and my Facebook page. It's amazing how many people have reached out. It's nuts. And I feel like I've already got kind of network of a community. It's not just real estate agents; it's community people.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking awesome. And that's where they live. That's where I live. That's where I'm going. You know what I mean? And it's just the purpose behind what I'm doing is to bring that awareness to as many people and show them, like literally show them. Because if you just tell them, man, they're not going to buy in.
Oh no,
They will not buy in. You
Well,
have to show them.
That's what your stories are for. That's what your posts are for,
Mm-hmm.
right? Nobody wants to be told what to do. I teach high school in the morning. 17-year-old kids. If I
Right.
tell them, "Hey, put your name on the paper," they're like, "Ugh," like it's a big deal. Like I'm asking you to sign away your life or something. Put your name on your own paper so you get credit.
Right.
You tell me what to do. But if it's a value prop. So this is how we do things. Make sure
Yeah.
the first thing you do is put your name on the paper. All of a sudden, they're all doing exactly
Right.
what you're asking them to do.
Dude, it's
Show them.
crazy.
Show them.
Everybody wants to learn. Nobody wants to get taught.
Exactly. That's funny. That's a great line. I
Well
love
said.
that.
Well said.
Everybody out there wants to learn. They want to get educated. They want to be smart in whatever avenue that they're in, but they don't want to be taught. What that really means is they know they can smell the sale coming, so they run from you. They don't want to be sold anymore. People can just feel it. They can smell. They want to run, but they still want that information. Well, thank God for Google, right? Thank God for the internet. But if you can cut that off.
If you're the one providing the information.
If you're the one providing the information, good content. Look, people want two things. They want to be entertained. We're human, right? And you want to have information. You find a way to hit that both, guess what? You are a celebrity overnight.
You win.
You win all day. But be genuine and deliver service. There's your asterisk. Be genuine and deliver the real service. Be a pro,
Dude, 100%. Man, you do deserve the People's Champ belt right here. Hold that. That was good. No, I mean, we've talked to a number of different agents. Gabe Mendez comes to mind. He's really crushing it in with Century 21 out there, and he's putting out content. I mean, every day putting out content. He's got a YouTube channel, not even real estate related, just him and his wife and his kids like doing their thing.
What's his name?
Gabe Mendez.
Gabe Mendez, yeah, okay.
So I'll make an introduction if you like.
Cool.
I mean, dude, he's crushing it. Almost all his business.
Yeah.
I think he closed 37 deals last year. 27 came from social.
I'll tell you a production number. 66 deals 2017. 60 of them came from Facebook alone.
I mean, I'm just saying, and you know what? And when do we decide where this lead came from? It's where you first make the point of contact.
That's it, man.
That's it. It's not about...
Dude, go read the numbers. Just go read the numbers.
That's it.
92% of all homes sold last year were initiated online.
It's just the first point of contact.
Who the hell is chasing that 8% and why, dude?
70% of clients are going to work with the first agent they meet.
Right.
Make sure you meet with them right where they are, where they're looking.
Yes.
I mean, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, man.
All right, dude. This is you over here.
Yeah, man.
Tell the people, now that you're the people's champ, how they get a hold of you.
Hey, you can hit me up at the Turned Up Coach on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, Chris Deitz, real easy. Or you can just find me at the office, man. I'm there 24/7, it seems like nowadays. So,
where's the office exactly?
2371 Fenton Street, Chula Vista. Yeah, in East Lake area.
Nice.
So yeah, definitely. Hey, come check us out, man. You don't have to. There's no hard sell here. Let me make something perfectly clear. I know we're probably running on time here.
No, you're good.
Let me make something perfectly clear. That people in my role, right? They assume that there's a recruitment aspect to it. Oh, you're one of those recruiters.
Yeah.
I made it very clear that is not my interest. I'm not interested. There's plenty of other people that want to do that, and I'm probably gonna get shit for this, but I don't care. My role as a team leader, as a CEO of a company, is to build something really special inside our own office. To build something so strong and to develop so many resources and to become so damn purposeful and deliver so much training and content that not only are our agents just producing because out of an energy and excitement and they're learning something, they're giving back real great service, but other people around us are seeing what we're doing and they're attracted to that. And if at that point you find value in our office, fucking come on board. Put on the dancing shoes or we're going to cut a rug.
Yep.
But am I going to sit here and make 500 calls a day and just try to, hey, congratulations. And hey, that's tired, homie. I'm done with that.
I don't want to sell you.
I'm done with that. No, I'm done with that. I'm interested in the agents that have already made the commitment to that business. And I'm going to make a commitment to them to just blast them all over the place, man. Make them slip.
Dude, speaking my language. Yeah, I mean, when I bring up the EXP thing, I bring it up for the same reason. I'm like, dude, this is just an opportunity. It's just an opportunity. Yeah. Take a look at it, make a decision, choose.
Right.
Which reminds me, I should do this more often. But again, I don't sell it. 123 EXP to 31996. So text 123 EXP to 31996, and then you'll get a 7-minute informational video. You make a decision. You decide. Hit me up if you want to know. If you don't, good for you. But at least use the tools that we're talking about to be productive.
Can I make a shameless plug real quick?
Hell yeah.
Hey guys, so last Saturday, my website, I'm in a partnership with Taste of Dominican Cigars, and our website just got launched. We've been working at this for about a year. We got a factory, got 5 lines, but we just had our flagship drop in Arizona in our distribution center. It's called the Poker Face. Check it out, todcigars.com, Taste of Dominican Cigars. Check it out. It's a world-class cigar. You guys are going to love it.
Say it again, TOD?
todcigars.com.
Dude.
Okay.
You know what? We all have side hustles. We all do our thing.
Oh man, this is fun, man. This is just fun. You know, I love cigars. I love that scene. It's just been a part of who I was, and then to be partnered up with a great guy. His name's Louis Lowe out of Arizona. Fantastic guy. Great partnership. Great product. Straight from the Dominican Republic. It's money. It's so good.
I'm going to have to hit you up because the wife loves her cigars.
Oh, most definitely. So, absolutely.
Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Before we promo the shoes, one last question for you, sir.
Ooh, yeah.
Which is, who do you think should be next on the Business Bros podcast?
Next on the Business Bros podcast. Honestly, I'm going to go in-house with this one, and it's not anything to do with bias or anything. But what this cat is doing is just shaking things up. He's utilizing a lot of great technology for his business, and he's humble as hell. And his name's Pompeo Barragan.
Oh, yeah. We're actually working with Pompeo. So his social media guy is our social media guy.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to work something out. Head over to, well, maybe we'll do it in your office. Check out your place.
Yeah, check it out, dude.
Yeah, we'll do it there.
It's we got dust flying everywhere, but please come by and just check it out.
Yeah, no, definitely going to, yeah. I mean, I like stopping by and doing like little pop buys. Maybe we'll have lunch or something.
Please do.
A little regular day Instagram content.
That's
you know how that
man.
rolls.
Sick, dude. Yeah.
So, all right, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
365 pairs of shoes by the end of the year. That's what we're looking for. 619-884-0045 or james@csfirst.com. He'll ride over on his Harley, pick up those shoes, and we'll say thank you. And hopefully we exceed that goal by the end of the year.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure we will. It is still only May, and I know that people's hearts really start to open up once we actually do get closer to that holiday season.
Yeah.
So I know, once we hit, once it starts getting cold in San Diego again, it hasn't even started getting hot, things are going to change, and we're going to hit those numbers really quick. But we do need those shoes even for the summer. There are people out there that are walking around with no shoes during the summer, and we would love to help them out as well. So please, 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 send us your shoes. Give me a call. Would love to ride out there. Give me an excuse to ride.
That's right.
I'll take any excuse to ride.
He'll also take your insurance business. So 619-884-0045. James@csfirst.com. And then events coming up. We got May 10th. This Friday is the SDAR Realtor Expo at the San Diego Convention Center. So you guys can check out their event. It's at Eventbrite. We're going to have speakers, booths. We'll be in the Mike Russ School's booth hanging out. And so I look forward to seeing you guys. Find me, take a picture, tag me. I'll do the same for you.
Actually,
it's just a matter of having fun.
Hell, if you're there, you got your $10 you're going to take with you?
Ooh, maybe I'll give away $10 bills that day.
There you go.
Ooh, so pay attention. All right. And then May 22nd, developing your investment strategy. Don't have one? Don't feel so bad. Most people don't. So you might want to hang out on the 22nd. We're going to be at Liberty Station with Driven Wealth Management. If you're a realtor and you are crushing it out there, don't know what to do with your money, or you're a realtor crushing it and spending all your money, you need to come hang out and figure some stuff out now, sooner than later. All right, guys. Thanks for being on the program. We love you guys. Thank you for being on the show.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
The people's champion, Chris Deitz.
And business boost.
Boom. All right, that's all we got for you guys today. Peace.
Bye-bye.
And I'm out. Bye, Facebook.
Thanks a lot, Facebook. Love y'all.
Thanks, guys. That was awesome.
Cool, huh?
Yeah.
Dude,
Right,
it's
man.
fun, man.